Okay, we're here. Us two and one more who was with us virtually. What's his name? Derek.
I'm Derek.
There he
What's
is.
going on? Sorry, Parsec.
Go, Derek, go.
on me there.
Let me see if I can get our audio right. You guys check our audio. Let us know if we're okay. Dave,
Yes.
I like that shirt.
I feel good in it. And I think, maroon is a sexy color. You don't agree?
You know what I like?
What do you like?
I like it that as soon as we start this sim, my wife starts to draw her bath, and now it's going to sound like,
It sounds like static in the background.
yeah,
Yeah, well.
oh well.
Hey, you got to bathe.
Rather have a clean wife than a dirty one.
Isn't that the truth? Well,
Or-
a dirty one's kind of fun, too.
Oh,
Might be a
well,
good night for you after I leave.
maybe so, maybe so. Anyways, it's about damn time we did this Legatron's mock draft, right?
It's our fourth mock draft.
No way.
It is.
Is it really?
It really is. I was looking back today. We did it the first year we joined, and we've played. We have 3 seasons under our belts as owners, and so we're headed into our 4th year.
That is just crazy. Now, I know we don't really keep stats on your picks, but how accurate would you
Oh.
say that you've been?
Last year, I went through 4 or 5 picks in a row where I got them right. Now, truth be told, I had a little insider information that helped me with it. But what I did find was that I might not have the right player, but I had the right position a lot of times.
Well, that's
And
fair.
this draft will be interesting. I didn't put quite the same research time in for this draft as I thought, or as I have in past years.
Yeah.
But I still feel like there's some very obvious things that certain teams need. So we'll have some idea of what the draft looks. And the fun part is it gives us all something to talk about in Gen Chat.
Yep. And
So
we will
I mean,
talk
you can
about
feel
our
free to
favorite
make fun of
teams.
me
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I'm going to make fun of you.
It's coming.
I mean, and I don't know about you guys, but I think this
So
draft
season,
might be the most interesting one yet, given the new draft format and what we're
See
doing.
that
gotcha.
middle block?
Yeah.
Sorry, Derek. We're not cutting you off. Dave just can't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
So he was really stunned by the awkward silence for a little bit. So you go ahead. Keep going.
I said what I was saying is I don't know about you guys, but given that kind of the new draft format and how we're rating rookies, this might be the most interesting draft yet because I'm thinking it's going to have to cause people to pivot based on how people perform.
Yeah, I think you're right. Basically, what he's saying is how this draft has surprised a lot of us prepping because the rookies are not performing as we thought they would perform in the Rise League.
Yeah, there's so many variables in this game that I think maybe a lot of people thought, you give everybody the same generic playbook and they all ought to be on the same ground, but it's a bigger experiment than that. And
Yeah.
but I like what Noah was trying to do. And I was looking at the tier levels of the players available. It's suitable. I also know too that if you're an owner who is looking for that guy in later rounds who has a good build, there are players like that.
Okay.
So progression possibilities I think are really good.
Yeah. I mean, I think it just goes to show us how important an entire team is to put together. You can't just put one good player on a team. It's got to be a well-built team all the way around.
Right.
What we're seeing is a lot of these teams, all in all, are having either low performers or high-performing players as a whole.
Right.
So,
And as you and I have talked at length, the value of the playbook that you put together with your team, you can't say enough about that, how important that's become. And I spend a lot of time talking to people around, in other sim leagues, trying to get advice on how to attack opponents. And you can find as many opinions as you want.
they're like butts,
They are. Yeah, they sure are.
stinky and hairy. So, all right. Well, let's not waste too much time. We've got 20 picks to get through. Today's plan is to get through the first round, and that's about it for right now. But really, first 2 rounds is all we care about anyways, right?
Yeah, I've never done more than a first round mock draft anyway. It's just too hard, and there's so much wheeling and dealing that goes on with draft picks, especially second round picks. I feel like in the weeks leading up to the draft, there'll be a lot of wheeling and dealing going on.
Yeah, but hopefully this first round will kind of stay pretty consistent. So,
Yeah.
But,
I mean, 2 guys make up pretty much the entire first round, so I don't see it changing much.
well, I only have 3 picks. Nolan has several.
Nolan has 7.
7?
7. The Pierce family controls 50% of the draft in the first round.
Well. Oh, well. That's how
It is what it is.
that's how
It
cookie
is what it
crumbles. All right, we got a Let's Go Spiders in the chat. Hello to Jim Copeland. We've got Logan in the bathtub, Nolan in the bathtub, my wife in the bathtub. It must be a bathtub kind of night.
My question is, they are all in different bathtubs.
I knew that was coming. I knew that
Right.
was coming. I at least hope it's not with Nolan.
Yeah.
I would let.
You know what they say about
Logan
West
have a
Virginia?
chance.
Man, you're generous.
I just like to share the wealth, man. All right, Legatron, who do we got first?
Well, first off, let's take a moment here to point out the teams who have no first round picks, and then you can comment on that as you see fit. Maybe I'll chime in. Derek, feel free. With no first round picks this season, Boston, Des Moines, Detroit, Myrtle Beach, New Hampshire, aka New Haven, and Vegas, the Venom. No first round picks. Colin, how do you feel about that?
Some of those teams, I would say, is probably a good thing. That means they must have most of their roster filled out that they like. But there's some teams on that list that I am worried about.
For example,
I'd rather not.
have another beer and we'll get you to talk about
I'd
it.
rather not. Derek, your thoughts?
I think, for the most part, I think it's pretty evident, or it makes sense that some of those teams do not have first-round draft picks, some of the ones who've been wheeling and dealing in the offseason. But I think with, we'll say, in the case of Myrtle Beach, new owner Randy Pierce didn't get the option of a first round. It was done previous to his ownership that his was dumped. Was it not? I don't think he had it even when he inherited the team.
That's true. That wasn't Randy's fault, I don't think, unless he gave it up for Hugh Hugo.
He might have. I don't remember how that went down. But either way, some of them I'm surprised by, but others.
Yeah,
I
some
know a
teams
lot of
inherited
dealing has happened.
lack of picks. Some
That's true. They
did it on their
get
own
what they
volition.
had. Right.
Yeah. But anyways, those folks will be really missing out on a good time with this draft we have planned, draft night.
Right.
I mean, they can still participate, but it's kind of like showing up to your sister's wedding.
I was going to say something about maybe showing up at an orgy but not getting to participate in that or something. I don't know.
Have to look through a one-way mirror.
Yeah, they have to sit in the booth and watch. They get the camera, but yeah. Okay, enough about that.
Well, I think I know who has the first pick. Some dirty bastard who stole it from the poor Wyoming boys.
That's true, and they moved back quite a bit in the first round because of that.
Look at this. You like this?
What do you got here? Oh man, look at you!
How's that look?
Sweet,
Okay.
sweet.
Maroons are on the clock.
All right, Maroons are on the clock. They were 9-3 last year, but in the off season we dealt Akaji Adobe Wally back to Jackson. We did that because he's a little older, and I know that the age progression thing is coming up at some point, and so I felt like maybe we would want to invest in a young running back that has a similar build.
Okay.
And so what I've identified, I traded up because I wanted to make sure I got the running back that I wanted.
I'm interested.
So I'm scouring reports and noticed that there was one who was built right here in Mason County. And he is exactly what I'm looking for.
I know who it is.
And so with the first pick in Legatron's mock draft, the Pottsville Maroons plan to take running back Trey Tucker.
Now, Trey Tucker has been killing it in the Rise League.
That is a solid pick, deserving of the first overall.
Yeah, I mean he has been a stud. 5'10", 250 pounds. He is short and stout.
Yes, he is.
I think he is a power back. I don't know how to look that up here on the sheet, but
But like one.
if you draft him at gold, you will get branching tackles, breakaway burst, power, and workhorse. That's pretty close to
Exactly
is
the
that-
build that I'm looking for.
Was that close to Akaji's?
Yeah, that's. I think Akaji was power and finesse.
Okay.
And while he was he was one of the best players of all time in our league.
Yeah.
I really just want to get to the point of being a power offense, and I feel like Trey Tucker does that for us very well. So
Okay.
we're looking forward to flying him into Pottsville here pretty soon.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I like that. I like that a lot. Trey Tucker is a good guy. This is his first player that's going to be in our league, right?
Right.
So that'll be good. Another Mason County boy going to Pottsville, though. That might.
Was he going to go somewhere
There
else?
might be another owner who has something to say about that, but he should have taken the first pick.
He should have got that first pick. And if he sweetens the pot, like I'll go ahead and say now up front, if he wants to give me all 7 of his first round draft picks, maybe he could get into the first pick overall.
I think he's in the chat right now, so he should be listening. Nolan, if you really want Trey, you better pay up.
7 picks for Trey Tucker.
All right.
All right. So let's see, second and third picks.
I think those are both me, right?
We have the Montreal Berserkers.
Okay. Let me see if I can find my Berserker logo right here. This screen is too far away. I can't see anything. I would ask you to, but can you see too? Try.
While you're looking, I'll go ahead and talk about your team from last year.
Okay.
All right. So last year Montreal finishes 8-4.
I can't find it.
And they wind up being the frickin' Gin Bowl champs again.
Surprise.
Thanks very much. As I looked at your roster, I felt like you're looking for fullback, tight end, possibly a game breaker, wide receiver. You can get one, and then of course those are linemen, and you don't have a kicker because you got rid of Jack Lewis.
He got too expensive.
Well, and he's a bitch on top of that. As I said about him numerous times. Every time he'd line up to kick, and he hit a game winner against me. That's where that all came from. So Jack Lewis is a bitch. But, I'm looking at your team, and so I felt like you need a game breaker at wide receiver. So I have projected you as drafting wide receiver Jeremy Olinger, who is also a Mason County boy, I believe. What do we know about Jeremy Olinger?
I like his build. I wasn't sure if I wanted to stir up any family drama with that or not, because that's another one that I think Nolan has his eyes on.
It's a great build.
6'7",
Yeah.
225 pounds. The guy has breakaway burst, route god, soft hands, and speed burner.
How can you go wrong with
At
that?
a goal, that's fantastic.
It is. He's going to be a fantastic player.
That's a good build, isn't it, Derek?
That is someone I could see being very successful in the Montreal system.
Here's the problem with that right now.
It is a crowded wide receiver room, though.
Montreal can't afford 3 gold
well,
receivers.
I have heard through chat channels and things that there is some interest out there among other teams for Josh Pearson. So I felt comfortable in making that pick in my mock draft.
I have heard he's on the trade block.
Yeah, so I'm not sure that we see him in a Montreal uniform this fall.
Pearson is on the trade block. It's only a sell as needed sort of thing. Obviously, we love Josh Pearson. We've had him for 3 years. We drafted him as a rookie. He's been to Gin Bowl 3 years in a row. But we might be looking to do something special. But all that's going to be dependent. We have no problem holding on to him for another year if needed. If we've been to the Gin Bowl 3 times in a row, we can do it at a 4th
Sure.
with him.
Sure.
So, okay. So that's who you got with me for the first for my first pick.
For your first pick.
And then for the third pick of the round, my second pick.
Well, I'm going to stay on the offensive side of the ball because I know that your quarterback situation is a little bit questionable for you right now. You're not really happy with it.
With Leroy?
Well, listen, you talked about a bunch of other people before you got this guy.
Okay.
Don't lie.
You know how we are with quarterbacks.
I know.
You know.
They're like your underwear. You change
3
them
years,
about every
3
hour.
different quarterbacks.
If you're even wearing any.
It's like underwear.
So I feel like you surrounding your quarterback with the best possible supporting cast is going to be a big key in your hunt to get back to a fourth straight Gin Bowl. Mm-hmm. So I am projecting that you're going to go with tight end. And there was one that really stood out to me in terms of his overall size, and that is tight end Matt Van Meter.
Another guy from Mason County.
Another guy from Mason County. I mean, Nolan gives good guidance to people, and they're making good builds. The problem for him is he doesn't have the right picks to go get them.
Yeah.
Even with 7.
All these guys have the best builds.
There's no question. I mean, Matt Van Meter is 6'9", 250.
He's just like Trey Tucker, but a foot taller.
Yeah, yeah. That's exactly right.
Which is like the opposite of real life.
Right.
Has a route god, hops, soft hands, tough in the middle. That's a good tight end.
That's a good tight end. I mean, in your offense, Ricky Rivera did a great job for you in your system. And you put a bigger, faster athlete in that spot, who knows what could happen for him.
It's not a bad prediction. We'll have to see how it plays out.
We'll have to see how that plays out.
All right.
Nolan says, yeah, I'm not paying. I guess if I want Trey Tucker, I can have him.
There you go. Well, all right. Who you got next?
With the 4th pick overall, we go to Green Bay. Green Bay last year was 6-6, despite the shit talk that their owner put out there about how good they are and that sort of thing. 6-6, and they've been heavily invested over the years on offense.
Yes.
But I'm going to predict that there might be the winds of change may be blowing in Green Bay.
Okay. For the better?
Well, maybe so. I mean, I think you can have too much offense at the expense of your defense, and so. I kind of see them going on the defensive side of the ball. I felt that they needed help in their secondary. So, cornerback Fugu Gaipan is the player that I suspect may wind up in Green Bay.
What was his position again?
Cornerback.
Okay. Let's find
him. Yeah, let's find him here. Yeah, there he is, the top green one there.
Okay.
6'2", 210. He's big.
Yeah.
And, you get him at gold and have that size. I mean, he's a shutdown corner in this league. What else you got on him?
Ball hawk, coverage bonus, speed burner, stamina bonus. So, could be used as a return man.
Yeah.
Double as a return man.
Double as a return guy, yeah.
A corner, starting corner. Not a bad pick. How is their defensive situation looking in Green Bay? So do they need an upgrade here?
Yeah, that was the positions that, as I went through rosters and looked at what people had and didn't have, I just felt like he could get better in the secondary. Okay. And having the 4th overall pick means, you're going to have a chance possibly to get the very first defensive player off the board. In this case, that's what I think will happen.
Okay, I'm not sure what their current cap situation looks like. Let me look that up real quick. They're setting on $3 million.
He may have to
Wait a second.
He may have to clear a little space to get this corner on the roster.
What's he going to use that pick for?
I know. That's the thing that but that's what makes this all fun is looking at these rosters and saying, how are they going to make this work?
Oh man, look at this. He already has 2 progressed corners.
Yeah.
So he might use them as a strong
maybe
safety.
as a nickel dime play or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That his opponents throw the crap out of the ball. So I felt like in order to match up and have an advantage, he needs a player like this.
Okay. Fugu Gaipan. Okay.
Best name in the draft, by the way.
I like that name. That's great. All right. Who's next?
Next up, we have the Washington Wastelanders. Chad Rowland, one of our expansion owners, has been a very busy person in the offseason filling out a roster.
Yes.
Unlike some teams.
Such as.
Santa Fe.
Oh, I just like to see how things play out.
I'm worried about Santa Fe. We'll get there in a little bit.
Who
Gives
needs
me
players?
indigestion.
I'd be nervous. Yeah, I couldn't take it. But we're both wheeler dealers, and Derek
like
is
that.
he's a common factor amongst the bunch of us.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
But
I looked
Chad likes
over.
wheeling and dealing too.
Yes,
so.
he does. Yes, he does. And he's put himself in a position with his roster where he's got a decent looking roster. But what he really needs, as I looked at his roster, two things: he needs a quarterback and a punter. Now, I don't know how old some of you guys are, but Tom Tupa is not available in this draft.
Tuba?
Tupa, yeah, he was a longtime NFL player who was both the quarterback and the punter.
No.
Yes, he did both. He played at the Ohio State University.
Of course.
It pains me to say that, but he did play there and had a great career in the NFL. Mostly, his success was mostly as a punter, but he was a decent quarterback as well.
Okay.
But so I don't see Chad wasting his first pick overall on a punter, but I do think that Terrence Hudnall would be a great pick for him out of the Bush League. I mean the Rise League.
Hudnall.
Yeah, right there. He is 6'7",
65?
265. He's a beast.
Ben Roethlisberger?
Yeah. And check out the build on this guy.
What's he got here? Fourth quarter comeback, mobile quarterback, quarterback evade, and quick release.
Yeah. You're not tackling that guy easily.
Nobody knows what to expect.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
So do you suspect, I'll ask Derek this question, do you suspect that with the current cap situation in Washington, I'll update you with that, they have a little over $45 million in cap left and 5 picks in the draft. Do you suspect that they will spend half of that remaining cap on a gold quarterback, or do you think they'll go silver?
I mean, I think it's only right. As an individual who also has a lot of cap, I mean, why not spend it? You're only going to, what can you do? I mean, you can't keep it. I think they should. I agree with Dave. I think that's the play.
I think with his particular build, you'd almost have to max him out to see what he's capable of.
I think so too.
It would be very
go big or go
interesting.
home.
And he's big.
And he's big.
He ain't going home.
No, he ain't going home.
He's a big boy.
At least not unless there's plenty of groceries there.
I think he is the biggest quarterback build in the draft.
Yeah, undoubtedly so.
And Chad likes them big boys.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Okay. I like that. All right. Who's after the Wastelanders?
Well, we have two consecutive picks by none other than Nolan Pierce, the owner of the Charleston Federals.
Well, let's go ahead and leave this up here. Oh, no.
Oh, no, you should.
That's all right.
How awkward. I'm covering up the old WFAN logo. Oops. All right. It's fine. Yeah. That's okay.
Will it mess you up if I look on this while you're...
No. You
Okay.
should be fine.
I want to take a peek here or something. So, Charleston finished 7-5 in Nolan's inaugural year as an owner,
Okay.
and really felt like he did a good job kind of starting to manipulate that roster the way that he wants it to be. I can't get to that, so can
You want to see
pull
the
up?
roster?
Yeah.
There you go. Can you see that?
Actually, get me over to the go to league announcements if you can get to that.
Yeah. Sure.
All right, and open up the page. Yeah, the S9 draft there. Open that up for me. So they were 7-5. They got in the playoffs. Did well. Beat Boston, which was a tall task.
Yeah.
And as I looked at their roster, I felt like running back and defensive tackle were areas that they definitely need. So there was another page there that had all the S9 draft, all the players available.
Oh, like this?
Go over to the last tab you got there, to the right. Yeah, pull that one up. So he's going to need a running back, and so Sadly, Trey Tucker's now off the board for him. There's only one other gold running back left.
This one makes sense.
But I mean, for the kind of offense that Nolan wants to run and the guy who built it,
And the guy who built it.
David Leathers. So I could see Aspen Leathers being the guy that goes with the 6th overall pick to the Charleston Federals.
I would love to see Aspen Leathers get a chance at running back because he's put in some good work for Charleston. He's always there. He's emoting everything everybody posts. He's a team player.
He's a presence.
He is a presence. He builds good culture for Nolan and the Federals. I mean, I would dare to say that Aspen Leathers and David Leathers is, he is the Federals.
Will they room together on the road?
I agree.
And Derek agrees. Were they room together?
Yeah, I mean,
Like a king size single bed?
well, I don't want to speculate on the bed situation necessarily, but I mean they're family, right? Ish.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of co-owners, I think.
Yeah, maybe
at this
so.
point.
Might be like twins or something, or I don't know how
But
that works.
let's just reveal Aspen Leathers animations here.
Go.
Speed burner, stamina bonus, finesse, and magic feet.
He's got the magic feet.
I'll be able to run for days.
When I played Bitty League football, they used to call me Crazy Legs.
Yeah.
They did. That drill where they would put one person up against the other 10 yards apart, and one had to tackle, the other one had to run out, like dodge them.
Yeah.
They called me Crazy Legs because I was so scared during that I was going to move my legs back and forth really fast.
Wait, it's time. I need to do this. You want to join me here?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
All right.
Now we're off. Okay, so Aspen Leathers predicted to go to Charleston in the first round.
Right.
I like that.
All right. So I also felt like pull up your tight ends there on that list for me, please, just for a second.
Like in the other browser that I had on earlier?
Yeah, the one
Or-
you had on just a moment ago there.
That's not what I meant.
I'm not saying anything. I'm done at this point.
There we go.
I really feel like Charleston probably needs a tight end.
They
So-
got rid of theirs.
They did get rid of theirs. Sadly, Matt Van Meter is now off the board and not available to them. But there are other good candidates out there, and so I sort of see Scott Olafson, 6'4", 225, being maybe the kind of guy that Nolan would want in the capital city there in West Virginia.
Yeah. Silver, what would you say? Silver ceiling is
I think
what
you're
he
right.
has.
Yeah.
6'4", 225, clutch speed burner, strength bonus workhorse. He's a good tight end if you want to elevate your run game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
He makes those zone stretch plays that Aspen Leathers is going to be running. He makes those better.
There you go. That could be a good match right there. What do you think, Derek?
I agree. I think this man elevates the run game in Charleston, and I think he only gets better the longer he's on the team.
Yeah, I like that pick. He does need a tight end. Next one's interesting.
Next one's interesting because we have the Santa Fe Prowl up next.
I'm not. Jackson's before me.
No, we don't. Yeah, it's Jackson.
Oh, is it Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're ready to talk about my team and all the options that I could
We
go
can't
with.
wait to tear you
There's one
apart.
more for me.
We're chomping at the bit. Right here, Jackson Crabs.
Jackson
number
Crabs
7.
are up. All right. Well, as I looked at owner Noah Underhill's team, I noticed that he's in desperate need still for a handful of positions. He could use a fullback. He could use some help in the defensive secondary. And then he needs a kicker and a punter. So probably this early in the draft, I'm thinking a DB.
What's he got right now? Let me, if you don't mind.
Go ahead. There he is right there. Red, yeah.
Red. Oh, yeah.
He needs a strong safety.
Yeah, he needs to build up his secondary. That's
Yeah.
his first look.
Yeah, it's his first look. And so I saw one that I really liked in the strong safety group. His name is Amadi Ayadili, who would be a great roommate for Akaji Aduba-Wale. So
Is that for safety?
strong safety, go down.
Strong safety.
Yeah, go down.
Okay.
Right there. Okay, so I don't see. Where is he? Oh, yeah, it's Amadi, the second green one there, up at just a little bit. What can you tell us about him?
6'6", 230 pounds, a little thick. But I would rather have a bigger build at strong safety than anywhere else in the secondary, personally.
Well, if you want to play 4-4, he's going to drop down, and he's got kind of an outside linebacker build.
Be a good monster back.
Yeah.
He is rocking with ball hawk, big hit, loose ball magnet, and reach tackle.
Yeah.
So it's a good strong safety build. He might be a really good fit for the Crabs.
I think so.
I like that. Derek, as a strong safety in the league, what's your take?
But being back there, I think a lot of times, I think that works. That reach tackling stuff, highly undervalued in the safety position. There are lineups that they'll put you up there, kind of playing that nickel, and that tackle, that ability to tackle will come in clutch, especially playing against run.
Yeah, so that could be the play there. Are the Greens user players? I'm not sure how that
was.
If you go to that other, the one where you had season 9, that one, the bolded are
okay.
There you go.
Cool.
players.
Okay. Very good. All right. Who you got next?
Well,
Oh,
next
it's
one, I
me.
believe we have the Santa Fe
The one
Prowl
you've
next,
been
correct?
waiting. The biggest challenge of your night, because there's
Well, I looked your roster over, and I felt like you need
It's a short
help
read,
at the offensive skill positions. You probably also could use some O-line help and maybe a strong safety as well.
you're right.
So I was thinking of you, and I thought, this guy needs to put somebody in his roster that is going to light up the scoreboard potentially for the fans in Santa Fe.
Okay.
So I think wide receiver Billy Silver
Ooh.
might be exactly what you're looking for.
Okay.
Granted, he is a silver build.
Played for the Dragons. He is 6'5", 225 pounds, acrobatic catches, deep threat, third down, and route god. Good build right there. I also would want to highlight another wide receiver here that I think would be a good fit, and a player that I am personally attached to.
Perfect.
Bull McCray. Could be another great wide receiver addition to any team in this league.
6'4", 215.
Yeah, and could be
Boy.
drafted as a silver. So he is
true.
breakaway burst, durability bonus, return specialist, and route god. This guy wants to return kicks and be out there as your wide receiver one.
And he's a big dude with wheels.
Yeah.
So he could be easily progressed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Santa Fe can go wrong with either of those players.
So you think that they would? Well, I guess we got the owner here himself, but you would probably suspect maybe more of a gold pick with this first.
Yeah, I did have that, but I felt like with Jeremy Olinger being off the board early, and you look at the rest of those guys, and they're just kind of all the same. None of them really stand out all that great.
Yeah.
But I looked at Billy Silver and thought, man, he just screams gold wide receiver at me. You can save cap space and get a player that probably will progress for you.
Yeah,
maybe he's a progression.
Gonna be honest, Dave. $80 million in cap space saving really isn't something I'm worried about. But I appreciate we have taken note, and I've sent it to the war room because we got a lot to work on.
Derek's never been much of a budgeter. He's going all out.
So he may draft and still have $60 million left over is what we're saying.
Yeah, he's gonna
That's a fact.
He's gonna treat himself.
So he's probably going gold here then.
He might be going gold. Now, if we look at these gold, we've only pulled one gold running back or wide receiver off the board, right?
Right.
So out of these, I would have to say, besides Jeremy Olinger, Another one that I really like is if your quarterback doesn't have leadership bonus, I like. What is that?
Broderick McFadden.
Okay.
Bad.
Acrobatic
Fun.
catches, leadership, breakaway burst, route god.
Derek, what do you think?
I mean, that is a nice thing. I have sent the information over to the boys in the war room. Let's just say they haven't been very. So
We're just here
hopefully
to
they're
offer
taking
our
the-
help. We're nervous.
You do you, man. You do you.
The options are plentiful with how wide open the roster is. Santa Fe is a place you come if you want a chance, and we've got openings. We're here to give people a chance.
All right. Oh yeah, that's true. Copeland just mentioned here in chat that Derek did just have a big transaction. We can talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, that would be a thing.
Because technically hasn't. I don't see why it wouldn't be approved by the league, but
It hasn't been official yet. It hasn't been finalized by Noah, but it has been checked off by both owners. J.J. Bryant, wide receiver, silver wide receiver. is
Oh, I
going
didn't know
to
this.
Santa Fe.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Yeah.
You heard it here first.
You did. WFAN.
WFA.
Okay. Who is after Santa Fe with the last gold pick in the draft?
Well, I think that this team should move to Cleveland and be the Cleveland Steamers.
What is that?
Well, that's another story for another show, another day.
They didn't teach me that in high school.
Yeah, that wouldn't have. Maybe not even in health class. Louisiana was in that division last year where everybody finished 5-7, and that was it was so interesting. What a great story that was headed down the stretch. How the tiebreakers were going to play out in that, and so anyway, I looked at Louisiana's roster. And all those teams are really close to being really good again. Louisiana's had a pretty good tradition of putting together good teams. They, in my opinion, really needed help at wide receiver and defensive tackle. And so there was one on the board there that I thought maybe would fit into the kind of player that they would like in Louisiana. His name is Quez Rich.
What is he?
He's a wide receiver. He's right below Broderick McFadden there.
Okay.
6 foot 200. He's a gold build.
he's quick. He can go deep. Could be
With
the guy.
arms of steel.
He has arms of steel. That guy's sporting some guns.
What does that animation do?
I don't know what it does.
I'd like to see it. I sure would.
I'd like to
he
pick.
probably can stiff
I
arm
will
the
also
crap out of
say,
you.
don't. The Steamers are known for some draft day drama, so you never know.
They are.
They
what
are.
might be doing.
Those dirty bastards.
I mean, I think it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, it did. We had the last laugh, but still, yeah. You never know. I mean, word to the wise for anybody else who has a gold pick: don't wait. Don't wait. You get what you want before the Steamers have a chance to take it from you.
Yeah, because if they can break one off in you, they're going to do it.
Yeah, what Dave said. Okay.
All right, so I believe we have Jamaica up next.
Oh, Jamaica going down to the island. Who's coming down to the island?
I mean, I can't imagine a player not wanting to be drafted by Jamaica.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Easy access to weed, beaches, hot
Rum.
women, rum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's a great place to be.
And great owner Jordan Andrews.
Jordan does a great job,
He does.
and they were stuck in that probably the most competitive interdivisional rivalry. Again, everybody being 5-7 last year, and I looked at his roster and felt like he could get better at quarterback, and he also probably could use a little help at cornerback.
Okay.
This league is a passing game driven league.
Sure.
So you've got to have the guys who can throw it, but you've also got to have those guys who can stop it from being thrown.
Yeah.
So I had a real quandary here
Okay.
because I looked at the quarterback list and there was one player there that I felt like could be a great addition to a roster, but he's a bronze build. And so I don't see him. I think Bo Montana gets drafted, just not here.
Let me tell you a story about Bo Montana.
Go for it.
I wanted Bo Montana, but as I was watching the stats in the Rise League, I had a weird feeling that he may not qualify for a silver, and I did not want to take the risk. So I hopped on that Leroy train,
Yeah.
and but I like Bo Montana's build. If you have the balls to invest into a bronze quarterback, he's the one to do it. He's done it before with a bronze, right?
Yeah, I drafted Bodacious.
Bodacious.
My first year out.
We can say the builds are a little different here.
They're a little different. I really like this build.
Me too.
Clutch leadership bonus, pocket presence, quick release. I mean, he has the makings of, and he's 6'4", 225.
It's a good build.
It's a good build. And so, for a team like Montreal, you get that guy in later rounds and, you get him in when you can. He might be saving you some cap space at some point.
Man, I don't know if I can.
But I don't think that's where Jamaica is going to go.
Okay.
I see them taking quarterback Chuck Kitt.
Chuck Kitt. Who we got?
Chuck
Silver.
it, baby.
6'5". He's a tall
big.
one.
Yeah.
235 pounds. He has leadership bonus, quick release, laser arm, and clutch. Excuse me. I like that.
Again, he's a player who can he saves you a little bit of cap space as a silver build, and but I could see him with that build in the right offensive playbook, easily progressing to gold.
Yeah, that would be a good addition to Jamaica to keep them competitive in season 9.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, very nice.
I believe we have Charleston up again already.
Okay, how many picks do they have here?
Well, he's knocked down 2 of them so far, so this will be the 3rd of his 7.
Okay.
Again, they were 7-5 last year. I really feel like they probably need a little more offensive firepower to do the things he wants to do.
Yeah.
Some of the players that he really likes are going to be off the board before he can get them. But there is a name out there that I think is a good build if he's still available, and that's wide receiver Broderick McFadden, who you mentioned earlier.
Okay. Broderick McFadden. Where is he again?
Yeah, right there, 3rd one down.
Number 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's the 230-pound one that has leadership bonus. So, yeah, good build. He would be playing underneath Stafford and Pierce. Unless Nolan gets rid of Stafford, just put him on the chopping block today.
He's on the trade block. In fact, he's been on the trade block for quite a while now.
He did dangle him out there for a little
He
bit.
did, yeah.
So I guess this was just a reminder today.
Right.
Okay.
That he's available out there for somebody.
Okay. Very good.
And I believe we have Miami next. Now, Miami must fall inside of the Bermuda Triangle.
Why is that?
And I say that because I looked at their roster and there wasn't a position where I felt like there's an obvious place that they need a player. So it's a mystery to me what they're going to do here. Probably if I was an owner and I'm in this situation, maybe I'm looking to trade out of the first round, get players and picks, build draft capital for future years. I don't know. But if he stays put, I sort of see him maybe picking up fullback Ty Klutz.
Ty Klutz. Let's see here. He is brick wall, bulldozer, quick feet, and stone wall. So he's
a blocker.
Team player.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll help you in the pass game. He'll help you in the run game. 255 pounds, 6'3". It's not a bad fullback.
If when you're a team that has everything else pretty much covered,
when you're a guy that has everything,
you go with fullback.
You go with fullback.
Or you trade out. I don't know. I don't know what
good.
Jordan will do with that, but
that is Coco.
Oh, that's Coco. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
I like that pick.
Yeah,
very good.
Well, oddly enough, we're back to Charleston again.
Ugh.
Of course, these guys.
Yeah.
And he needs a defensive tackle. In fact, he needs a couple. defensive tackles. So I'm looking there at that list of defensive tackles, and knowing Nolan and how he loves those big players.
Mm-hmm.
I predict that he's going to go with Julius Orange, 6'10", 344 pounds.
I can't believe they let that tall of a player in. I don't know where Noah's limitations are with this. I think it just depends on how he's feeling that day.
I think so. Did he sleep in or did he get up early?
Did he get some breakfast?
Yeah. Or did he have a late lunch?
Or did he have a late lunch?
Talk to
Okay.
us about Julius Orange.
Julius Orange is, you said 6'10", 344 pounds, rip, strength bonus, wrap-up tackler, but most importantly, the sack master.
He's
That
a master
man is
of the
a
sack.
monster. He is a grizzly.
He is a
He
grizzly
is a
bear.
grizzly bear.
That should be his nickname.
Jesus.
That should be his nickname. The Grizzly Bear. The Sack
Dude, plus
Master.
Marshmallow Man. That dude's huge.
I like that. He could be a. I doubt he drafts him as gold. I'm not sure he can afford the cap for that. But, yeah, draft that man as a silver.
I'm not even sure it matters. I mean, I've
That
been.
man is just going to plug up any hole, any gap. No,
Yeah.
that man. He's just going to fill every gap on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Single-handedly.
Okay. So we think Nolan goes with the first defensive pick for him.
Yeah.
I think Orange will
in
be.
the 13th.
I think Orange will be. Wearing the red, white, and blue next year. I like that pick.
I could see it. And, probably he could get like the name, image, likeness thing that college is doing. He could do that with the old Orange Julius drinks that they used to sell at the mall. He's there, man. That's an obvious thing for him. Well, next up, we have our good friends there in Canada who wear those ugly-ass red and white alternate uniforms that I hate.
Just that one time.
Oh, those things
Those
are
things
awful.
were beautiful. Rest in peace.
Oh, Canada.
Jeez, here we go. Well, again, I'm looking at your roster, and I'm thinking that, you could use help in the defensive secondary. So let's look back to Mason County again. And I project that
think I know where this is
Matt
going.
Bradley will be available, and that he could
man.
wind up
The
being
Pearl
in
Lane
Montreal.
Special, baby.
So for those who don't know, Matt Bradley is also ukulele playing Dr. Doofenshmirtz, who has made a player for this draft. He is a free safety, 6'3", 230 pounds, ball hawk, big hit, closing speed, coverage
Great
bonus,
build.
and ukulele master animations. He'd be a great addition to the secondary.
No
He
doubt.
also,
No doubt.
he's already thinking past football. He owns his own golf course. Like this
He
man
does.
has it all put together.
Yep, Pearlside Golf Course, sponsored by Busch Light. It's only a 6-hole course right now, but he's hoping to expand that to an official 9-hole course by next summer.
I
But-
think it's a win. I think this is a win for the whole team.
Yeah, Matt Bradley, get him in here. Get him at Montreal.
Fly him into Montreal, have him take a
Uniform.
physical.
He would fail it.
He would fail it.
Okay, I like it.
Fair enough. So we're back to Charleston for 2 picks in a row.
Ugh.
And again, as I'm looking at that roster, he is he's done what any owner would do. He's tried to craft the roster in his own image and the way that he wants his team to play. I noticed that he's looking for a fullback, and so Danny Ricardo, I think, could be a guy who would be a good pick for Charleston.
Danny Ricardo from the Beavers.
From the Beavers.
6'2", 255 pounds, has brick wall bulldozer, strength, bonus, and workhorse. Do you expect a gold signing?
It's hard to say with a fullback. I mean,
$5
he's going to
million.
be a
He's not,
cheaper
though.
gold player.
$5 million.
$5 million.
I think it's $5 million well spent. Not that I don't know his cap situation, but I think if you have the opportunity to draft a man at the highest level, why do you not do it?
Sure. Yeah, I don't know what his cap situation is either. I know it's calculated, and he's gonna finish this pretty tight, I think. But looking at Danny's build, he'd be a great blocker. I almost would do silver. And,
Maybe so.
And hope I don't get
And
workhorse.
hope that you don't get workhorse because you're not going to hand him the ball.
No, he's not going to get enough touches to make that matter. But yeah, that could be a good one.
And I actually misspoke. I mean, Charleston actually has 3 picks in a row here.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness. So, second pick of these 3, I sort of see him going back to the wide receiver room again.
Okay.
Which, again, highlights to me that I don't think Travis Stafford is going to be there.
You do not think
I don't think it.
Okay.
So, but I do think that wide receiver Morbius Molyneux,
A Molyneux.
Ooh, taking a
one of the
Molyneux.
Molyneux boys.
Arms of steel, bump, buster, deep threat, and Mr. Third Down.
You're not tackling that guy.
You're not keeping him down, that's for sure.
No. And he's big to begin with.
Well, I'm not sure about that, to be honest with you.
I could see, it's a little bit of a reach here, but when you've got 7 first-round picks,
What's he
You
gonna
can reach.
spend it on? What's he gonna? Well, I don't even know.
I mean, where are you going to take these picks?
Where's his running back? Well,
We have him taking Aspen Leathers earlier.
okay. Did you have him taking a tight end?
Secondary is what
I
you
did.
need
I got him a
to
tight end. Can't remember the guy's name,
Gosh.
scroll
but
down.
I did
think
project
he's
one there
safety help.
earlier,
He does need
and
some
we got his 2
safety help.
defensive tackles.
You're right. He does need some safety help. Yeah, Derek's right on with that.
Yeah,
Well,
I
maybe
think
this is
so.
what this last pick goes to.
Now,
I
he
don't
has
know what
more
you got.
first round picks. He can easily, address that with another pick.
And I think what's his linebacker situation looking like? He
He could use some help at linebacker. You guys are right. I mean, he's got Leo Kimba, who's bronze.
I think that's going to come down to, do we suspect Nolan to run more of some linebacker strong formations on defense, or do we think he's going to invest more into that nickel back and run more nickel and dime?
Hard to say.
As a guy who likes to pass the ball with Tyler Roush, I would say he is probably looking at nickel back.
Probably so. All right, so Nolan, looking over the draft board here, I think he sees a huge opportunity for himself. And because he's already picked up Julius Orange.
Mm-hmm.
So I see him going with another D tackle to shore up that middle. I don't know if it'll be gold or not, but there's a gold player available.
Okay.
His name is Vernon Campbell.
Oh, Vernon. He is not near as big.
No.
6'4".
They're going to look funny
280.
standing beside each other in the huddle.
Yeah, you want to put him on the weak side.
Yes. Yeah.
Pass rush bonus, quick feet, another sack master, and swim.
I could see him, trying to ramp up the pass rush this year.
Well, those two will be after your sacks like nobody's business.
No doubt.
They
No
will take
doubt.
all the sacks.
Wow. Yeah. Hold on to your sacks when you play the Federals.
That's right. Someone may steal your sack if you're not looking.
Somebody's going to steal it. Oh, man. Okay. Now, I cannot wait to hear what you have picked for this team. Because I don't know how you think, but I have no idea what this team is looking for.
This is why I'm going with a wild card pick here. Because you don't know what those crazy spiders are going to do.
You don't. You don't.
You just never know what they might do. And so I mentioned this player earlier. And I mentioned this guy's having a lot of upside, a great build, someone who, you could build a team around, let him progress, save your money in cap space. And so I'm projecting that the Lincoln Spiders are going to take Bo Montana.
Really?
I don't hate that.
He's
it
bronze.
would be a solid
But as a
pick.
first round pick, nobody else is going to need a quarterback.
It's true. I mean, you could wait till later and probably get him. But what I learned with Gary is that when you wait a little bit longer, sometimes where the draft position is affects things with like how much you can re-sign them for.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can stretch his contract out after his rookie contract, the full length of it.
That's a great counter argument.
Yeah. So I mean, and as we talked about, Bo Montana's a great build.
I don't hate that. I kind of like that pick.
It's a wild card, much like the Spiders themselves.
Oh man, could you imagine in a couple seasons if the Spiders don't completely blow up? With Bo Montana being progressed to potentially gold at a $3 million salary and still having 2 years left?
Right.
I like that.
I don't know if he thinks that far into it, if that's the way he builds his roster or not, but I'm like you. I don't hate that pick.
Copeland says he already has 2 QBs. We would say,
Cut one. Go get Bo.
go get Bo. Go Bo.
I mean, he's half Bo Jackson, half Joe Montana. You got to get him on your roster.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Okay. I like it. The 19th pick in the draft is vacant.
Is vacant.
I think that was a penalty for the Corn Kings.
Right.
Is that right?
I believe so.
Or was from Chicago. I don't really know what happened there.
I'm not sure how that played out either. I thought New Haven had this pick. I mean, New Hampshire.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought they had it, but it shows as vacant on the draft order.
We'll get clarification.
We'll get
on
clarification on that.
that. For now, we're skipping it.
Yeah.
The last pick.
Last pick of the first round belongs to the Indiana Lynx,
Okay.
a team who, I'm trying to decide how I feel about them because, what's their owner's name?
It is.
It's Ryder, correct?
Yes, it is.
And we had a nice little rivalry going there when he was with New Hampshire.
Yes, you did.
And now he's with the Indiana Lynx, and I don't know how often we'll even get to play them. So, and I wish him well, even though I give him a lot of crap on here. So I'm looking at his roster, and of course he's an expansion team, and he's traded around and moved back down to the very end of the first round. Mm-hmm. But he still needs fullback, tight end, O-line. He needs a kicker. He could probably stand to have a wide receiver that maybe could do some things.
That's a fair point.
So there was a name still out there among the wide receivers that I really liked. So I see him getting James Walters.
James Walters
Yes.
is 6'6", 225 pounds, bump buster, deep threat, route god, speed burner. I do like that. I do like that build. He has a gold ceiling, but would be drafted, you're saying, as a silver.
Probably so.
Would have to be as a silver or lower. And he's got tons of cap room as an expansion team.
Right.
So I think a silver wide receiver would be a good choice here.
That is a big body with
Yeah.
with good attributes. He's got the measurables and the intangibles. I mean, it's a solid pick.
Yeah, and I usually don't pay attention to height, weight stuff very often, but I do on wide receivers,
Yeah.
definitely. So, yeah, that was good. I think that Indiana has a good chance here to prove themselves. With the owner coming from New Haven, and trying to show what he is made of. He's been given the full reins to a team, so
He's going to do a good job. I mean,
He will.
We had a nice little rivalry going there with that playoff game and some of the things that went on with our games. They were always close,
yeah.
and infuriating all at the same time. And I think he'll do a good job in Indiana.
Very good, very good. Any more comments on the mock draft before we move on to something else?
I just hope that this generates conversation in Gen Chat and that we can have a good time talking about the picks. And by all means, as I said, don't be afraid to let me have it because I'm not afraid to make fun of you.
Very good.
Yep.
Look, I'm just saying, I can't wait for September to get here to see how this first round shakes out.
That's right. Well, let's take a short little break here. Dave, can I interest you in a little snack?
Is those pickled eggs? What are you guys doing?
Me and eggs at your events have not had a great history. So I'm going to watch you eat this pickled egg. Are you going to eat this?
Well, I'm going to eat one, yeah.
I'm not going to eat one. Sorry.
I'm not afraid to eat one.
Does it still have the shell on it?
That's so
Where'd you
funny.
get that from, Colin? Where'd you
So
get those?
here's the story with the eggs is I see all kinds of different people with my job, and
Yes.
most of them are weird, which is fine. I get along great with weird people. I'm weird myself.
That's why I'm here.
That's why we do this. Anyways, he said, "Hey, he said, do you like pickled eggs?" And I said, "I've never had a pickled egg." He said, "Do you drink beer?" And I said, "Yes. Yes, I do."
Yes, I do.
And he said, "Well, you need to try some pickled eggs with your beer next time." And he gave me this jar of pickled eggs.
So is this a first? You're eating the first one ever that you've ever had right now?
This is my first pickled egg I've ever had.
Oh. Live on the air.
I don't want to be around you in about an hour.
It's
Is the shell still on that? It is, isn't it? No? It looks like it is.
It's tough. It's tough. It's a little sour. It's not bad. I wouldn't be like craving this at a bar, but apparently that's what old folks do. Pickled pig's feet and pickled eggs.
I have
I've
seen
heard
pickled eggs in a beer
and other
joint
things
somewhere
as
that
barbecue
the juice was red.
Beet juice.
Is that what it is?
It's beet juice.
Ugh. No thanks. Derek, I think I got on there a little bit. Jump right in.
No, you're good. No, you're not on me at all. I was just adding in. I said, I've heard of people having it at the bar, so have at it. But I don't. You can keep that. When I come visit next, I'll pass.
You can try one.
I'm good.
There's a few left.
You won't miss the opportunity, Derek, because I ate all the pickled eggs because there's no chance that I'm going to eat one of those things. Let me have that jar. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. They came from Rural King,
Yeah, those people
right
know their
beside the
eggs.
tractor grease.
The tractor grease. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. All right.
Hey, I wanted to point out, too, while we're at it here, that Blake Sellers is in the chat.
Oh, jeez.
And I don't care what he says. He's playing in Pottsville. I'm not trading him.
Remember that time I wanted to get him on my team so I could set him on the bench for a season? That would have been
Man,
so funny.
I'm telling you,
Dave,
I'm
just
loving
saying.
me some Blake Sellers.
I got
I just
space.
want you to know that.
I can offer playing time.
He is
Derek wants him.
infuriating.
Derek wants him. He's got room. He's got room. Send that boy to the desert.
Desert meth. Come on out.
Oh my goodness! Blake's been trying to get me to lobby you to get on the air with. We need to get him on a podcast sometime.
Yeah, sure.
No.
All right. So we're going to head into the next segment of the night. It should be the last segment that we do. This one we're going to call Deal or No Deal, where we take a particular team and we go through their transactions and decide, was that a good deal or a bad deal?
All right.
And I think that it's appropriate that we go with the Lincoln Spiders tonight, considering that they have had 90% of the transactions in the last week.
They are the wild cards.
So
Copeland, take Bo Montana. I'm telling you right now. Get him.
save yourself. All right. I can't find the Spiders thing. Oh, well. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. So first up, let's just go ahead and go over this most recent transaction.
All right.
Derek,
Now, it's not. Yeah,
please take us away.
I mean, it's just a fact. I was looking at the trade block, as you guys have pointed out multiple times. My roster is lacking, so I felt this was the move to try to fill some spots with quality players. This has been something in the works for quite a long time. Me and Copeland have been chatting back and forth for multiple days, and we finally settled on something. And like I talked with him, I think it worked for both parties.
So, for those who don't know, wide receiver J.J. Bryant is silver. Miles Twinscrew, linebacker, is silver. Chaz Brown, gold.
He's gold.
He's gold.
Okay.
Sir William Drips, bronze.
He's bronze. And he has the drips on top of that.
Second round pick for season 10, silver pick.
I'll be a silver pick.
Fourth round pick for season 10, bronze pick.
Bronze pick. It would appear that Santa Fe kind of came out on the good end of this trade.
Yeah, I think so too. But we don't know the long-term play that the Spiders have.
Well, and I've seen lesser defensive ends do well. I don't know that you have to have
True.
a gold defensive
That is
end.
a fact.
That's a fair point.
What is it? Was it Palapui on Montreal put up a hell of a season?
Yeah.
At bronze.
That's a
fact.
We had two bronze players in Montreal. One of them progressed to silver last season, but they both did fairly well. They held their own. So that could
So you
be
have to
a
argue,
cap
is it
saving
worth
thing
the
for
cost?
him.
Yeah,
You know,
could very
Yeah.
well be.
Is it really worth the cost?
I mean, it lets him have room to get Bo Montana.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Well, I think that if we're looking from the perspective of Lincoln, we're going to say no deal.
I'm saying no deal. I would not have done this.
I'm guessing Derek will probably disagree.
I need you guys just to move on. 'Cause I think it works for both parties.
All right. We have next up. There was a transaction between the Indiana Lynx and the Spiders where the Lynx sent their season 10 second rounder and the Spiders spent corner Toomer Burton, who I believe is a silver corner.
Toomer Burton, in one of my previous mock drafts, I had him going like in the top 4 overall of the draft.
Yeah.
I remember his name.
I remember that he grows on you.
He does, because he's kind of like a tumor. Yeah.
But I mean, a second rounder for next season, I think that's a decent deal.
I can't argue that he didn't do okay on that.
Yeah.
If he's trying to build the roster the way he wants, he can rack up second round picks, maybe try to parlay that, move it up into the
Yep.
first round. I mean, who knows what he's thinking out there?
It certainly wasn't a steal for Indiana, so that's why I'm saying it's a deal.
Yeah, I would go deal here.
It's a deal. Very good. Okay, our commissioner made a deal with Lincoln last week. Let's see, Noah and the Crabs sent a tackle who I don't know the tier for that tackle. They sent wide receiver Pierre, and they sent strong safety Troy
Okay.
Malifa. And they got in return John Paxton, free safety, and they got 2 picks. They got the Tribe's 5th for season 9 and Vegas's 5th for season 10. Noah's all about things being fair.
At the end of the day, Noah is he might possibly be man of the year in the WFA every year.
I hate how good of a guy he is.
Yeah, I mean, I wish he would have that moment where he tries to cheat somebody on a trade, and he doesn't do
We've
it.
tried to teach him.
Yeah, he won't listen.
It's a fair trade in my book.
Yeah, I would say deal.
What do you think, Derek?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's a solid way all the way around. And Noah is top tier on the good guy scale.
He is a good guy. All right, last one here that we're going to talk about. This was a deal with the Des Moines Corn Kings owner, Zach, and the Lincoln Spiders, where the Corn Kings sent Lincoln defensive tackle Oscar Pride and 3 picks for season 10. They sent a 3rd and 2 fourths. And in return, they got defensive tackle Ben Jackson, linebacker Cordell Okafor, and fullback Derek King, who I think are all silver.
Ben Jackson was one of my first picks in Pottsville.
All of those are good builds.
They're all good builds.
I know all those builds.
Ben Jackson was a productive player for me in Pottsville, and when we had the expansion, what do we call that, the welfare draft, I couldn't get him back. I had to leave him unprotected, and I hated that because he was productive for us there.
Yeah, all of those are really good builds. And in return, Lincoln got 1 silver pick for next season and 2 bronze.
I gotta say, no deal.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's a no deal.
Yeah.
That's not good enough for me. It's good
So
for the point.
he's 2 for 2, right? Or two out of 4.
Batting 500.
Batting
Copeland.
500.
Not bad. Not bad.
Of course, you get 50% in math class, you're failing at and taking it over again
That's a fair
next year.
point from a teacher
You get to repeat
himself.
that class.
Well, I'm sure nobody's even listening to this stream at this point.
What do we have, like 4 people watching?
Maybe so. Well, I think we
What
had,
were we up
had
to
a
at
lot
one
of
point?
we had a lot of action.
The chat's been busy.
I think it was 7 at one point.
Was it
What was it at one point?
7?
7.
7. So
That's a record for us.
it's been worse.
It's been worse.
It's been worse. But no, I mean, I would say that things went pretty well tonight. Not bad for the 4th Legatron mock draft. I can't believe it's
4 seasons.
that's so crazy to me.
It was just like yesterday.
We're like in the old guard of owners now.
We kind of are.
We are.
I don't know how.
I'm not.
Eric says he's not. He just
Derek-
started.
Derek's a newbie.
He is.
Isn't there a rule somewhere? Maybe we need to get clarification from Noah on this, that if you're a newbie owner, you have to eat a pickled egg on air.
Yeah. I quit.
Copeland commented on us there. He says that it took him 6 times to pass math.
Oh, I
So,
can see that. Yeah.
But hey, sometimes math is hard.
I hate math.
I didn't have to take calculus in college.
Hey, listen. 40% of people get math. The other 70% just can't get it.
Oh, very
That's all I have to
good.
say about that.
Well, we hope that everybody somewhat enjoyed this content. We are trying to set things up here for a big spectacle event for the official draft. I'm working on some things. You can still see kind of where there's, like, with this background, there's still like some fuzziness. I'm hoping to figure all that out with some lighting and some other things like that.
Alan, do I kind of want to. I don't want to finish your thought. I had a thought pop in my head.
Okay.
I really did.
Oh, well, I don't have anything else to say. I'm just going to say that this is like this is a trial run to build off of this for the draft.
Well, Blake's saying he'll chug pickled eggs if Colin can give him 10 push-ups
Right
now.
now?
Blake Sellers just challenged you to push-ups.
Blake Sellers better post a video because I can pump out 100 right now if he does it 10 times. Okay. Right now? Right now? All
Climb
right.
up on that table right now.
You move these helmets off of here. You get these helmets
you doing it
off
up
of
on
here.
the table?
I'm doing it up on the table.
Hide the beard.
All right. Very good. Here we go. Okay. Oh, for Blake
Man,
Sellers,
usually people
my
have to
number
pay
1
extra for this
fan.
kind of thing.
Let's see. Here we go. Oh, that's a lot of crotch in that pick. This may not work out very well. Okay.
Just go for it.
It doesn't matter. All right. Let's move this out the way. Oh, little
I feel
awkward.
like I'm watching Richard Simmons right now.
Okay. 2, 3. My face is right in the microphone. Blake Sellers, I hate you. Count these. How many is this? 10, 11, 12, 13,
What we've
14,
become.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I lost count. Has he chugged the eggs yet? Should I keep going?
He said he will post a video.
Somebody funnel me a beer while I do this. Is that good enough, everybody?
He's saying,
Okay. Oh,
ooh,
Well,
I don't know how many
Well,
other mock
things got a
drafts
little
have
out of control
actually
here
existed.
to wrap up the show. But, what else would you expect at this point?
I didn't expect that tonight, but I'm glad it happened. I'm glad it happened. So, well,
It's been a
Well,
good show.
before you cut off, before you leave, I haven't shared my idea yet, but I wanted to see that, so I'm not pressed about it. So what do we say we tie this mock draft into the overall, draft spectacular we're planning, and maybe for every one of these draft picks that's correct, we maybe throw in a shot or a beer chug on there.
not a shot. A drink.
A drink. We'll do a drink for every correct.
Did you catch that?
What do you say?
You're going to be here for draft night, right?
Oh, yes.
We're going to write down all your picks for every one that you get
I will be here
with his hand sanitizer.
with my hand sanitizer.
A drink for every correct.
Dave Barr will take a drink for every incorrect pick he's had.
Ooh.
I was gonna do one for every correct pick. Let it be.
You guys will
Every
have to-
correct pick.
You'll have to get me home somehow or other because I'm not feeling very confident.
That's why I said correct pick. That's why I said correct pick.
Correct pick?
A celebration
Okay.
in a correct pick for a correct pick.
I
For
like
every
that.
correct pick.
So what's the challenge again?
It's going to be for every pick you got correct.
I take a
we'll
drink.
take a victory drink.
We all will. The whole.
Can I do Legatrons 2.0 to try to correct some of the things that I did here tonight?
Does he get a chance of redemption?
Colin, I'll let you be the.
We'll talk about it.
All right, that's fair.
Decide.
We'll decide. Yeah. So, well,
I mean, if it's gonna be spectacular, let's make it a spectacular. Let's get it happening.
I like layers.
Yeah.
I do. So, okay. Well, for anybody that's still watching this, I'm sorry. But let us know what you think. Should Dave get a chance to redo the draft? Legatron's 2.0 mock draft.
We've done it before. It wouldn't be a stretch.
And we have almost a full month before the draft at this point now.
We do. So we're going to set some things up. We're going to have a lot of interviews, I hope, and a lot of people here on set. So it should be
we're
a
gonna build
good
set.
time.
We're gonna be.
Are we going to have Blake Sellers on set?
We're going to fly him in?
We could. He's in Tennessee, correct?
I have no idea.
I think he might be.
Are we flying in?
We can go pick him up.
Who?
Blake Sellers.
Blake Sellers.
I'm sure we could get him in here. Nose Ghost, I'm not doing that. I'm not.
He says, I'm not a nurse goes. I guess I'll do it. All right, folks. Well, with all that, this is Colin.
Make sure his guardian signs the permission slip for him to come and hang out.
Is he underage?
I think he is still in high school. He does say here in the server that he will chug 10 raw eggs if he can get
gets
on
on
set.
set.
Is that 10 more eggs that he's going to chug?
He's got a lot of eggs to chug.
He's got a lot of eggs to chug first. We'll see if he can.
He said he'll do it on Skype. That's all he needs.
All right. That could be a fun little halftime show
It could be.
with Matt's ukulele in the background.
Yeah, and Blake Sellers chugging eggs.
This
Maybe
is,
he could write an egg chugging
this is
song.
the best
If you
league in the
listen to this-
world.
Draft Day Spectacular. Be sure you're there.
Okay, I think that's a good way to get Blake Sellers on. I like this. Okay. We're gonna chug some raw eggs next month.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, this is Colin, Dave, and Derek apologizing again, and we'll see you next month.